Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Hidden Flame, and today I'm going to be doing something a little different. So I live and work near a movie theater, and I figured, why not? I'm gonna go see this new movie theater. It's one of the extreme digital XD movie theaters. So I figured, why not go see the new movie Batman v Superman? Um, so I after work today, I went home. Reserved my ticket. There was 4 seats left. I was right up front in the mid. I mean, front row, which I don't like, but yeah, it was the only seat available, so I went and got it. So, learning about this movie a little bit, I learned the Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 30%, and IMDb is giving it roughly a 7.5 out of 10. And I was figuring, for such a huge blockbuster movie that people are on the fence about, why is it such low numbers? And I personally, I had to go see it for myself. Now, I'm going to try not to go into too much spoilers on this movie, but just be warned, if there's spoilers, I'm sorry. There's just no way around it. So, let's first start with the elephant in the room. Ben Affleck as Batman. Personally, I have a thing against one actor playing multiple superheroes. Uh, like Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool, and he was one of the Darkstalkers in Blade Trinity. Then there is the Human Torch, Chris Hainsworth, I want to say his name was. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. And who also went and did Captain America. And now Ben Affleck was Daredevil and Batman. Now, also Ben Affleck was the Green Lantern too. Or not Ben Affleck, Ryan Reynolds, sorry. But Ben Affleck did well. He's no Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton is my Batman. There is no going around that. But Ben Affleck did very well. He was a gritty, dark Batman with a troubled past. And it reminded me a lot of the Dark Knight Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, the comic from 2000-ish. I'm going to have to look that one up a bit. But this seemed like the paranoid Batman from that movie, or that comic series. And that was what I wanted to see in this, because the Batman versus Superman fight was in that timeline. Now, Henry Cavill, I have nothing against the guy. He's not Superman. I did not like him in Man of Steel. While Man of Steel was a good movie, I just don't like him as Superman. And then I wish they would have brought back Kevin Spacey, because he's Kevin fucking Spacey, as Lex Luthor. But J.C. Eisenberg, Mr. Facebook, Mr. Superbad, or whatever other terrible movie he was in, he seemed a little more like a Joker character, like Angry Joe had said. He said, if you go into this movie, don't look at Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. But this wasn't Lex Luthor. This was Lex Luthor's son, Alexander Luthor. So that changed everything, because Alexander wasn't the most stable of people. Then you had Jeremy Irons as Alfred. And oh my god, this guy still has it. Jeremy Irons, Scar from Lion King. Well, let's just say Jeremy Irons is a badass. Him playing Alfred did wonders, and there is no going around that. Jeremy Irons is probably going to go down as one of the greatest stars of all time. So him playing Alfred, and this isn't the Alfred you expect. This is the Alfred who helps Batman, not just as a butler for moral support. He's actually building things. He's building the armor. He's building the kryptonite weapons. He's building all of these things for Batman. So he's more of the hands-on Alfred, which I like. Now, Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White seems more like, what was it, Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man, who only wants the headlines. And it worked, but Lawrence Fishburne is a great actor. He was Morpheus. He doesn't belong in this kind of a role. Now, the last person I'm going to talk about is Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. I don't know how I feel about her yet. She looked the part. She's a little small, though. Not in build or anything, just she's supposed to be an intimidating character. But, oh my god, the way she entered the fight. I'll get to that later. I'm going to try to keep the spoilers in one group so you guys can skip it. Now, you don't expect you don't know who she is throughout the entire movie, but she has a big role in the movie. But she just doesn't have that presence that Wonder Woman has. Now, to the story. Wow, which branch do I want to work off with? Well, let's first start with the Dark Knight Rises, or Returns. I can't remember which comics series it came from, but the basis of the movie. Superman is given powers, or is pretty much God, and Batman doesn't like it. So Batman is going to try to stop it. In the comics, Batman enlisted the help of the Justice League. So having this story this early didn't seem right. Because in the original comic, Green Arrow was there. In the original comic, Flash was there. Not here. This was just Batman fighting Superman. For about 5 to 10 minutes. Let me get that point across right now. The two of them go through a hell of a fight. We'll go 10 minutes. Yes. 2.5 hours. 10 minutes for Batman versus Superman. Dropped the ball on that one, Zach. So, back to what I was saying. Kind of lost my train of thought. So, in this world, Batman's paranoid. And he thinks Superman is going to be a dictator. He's going to rule the world with an iron fist. And in Bruce Wayne's visions and Bruce Wayne's paranoid dreams, this is true, and it's Batman's trying to stop him. But that's the only part of that comic that comes in. It's all through dream sequences. Then you have the fight. In the comics, the fight was more of a group effort. Superman versus Batman, Green Arrow, Flash. Pretty much anyone who thought Superman was abusing his powers and taking over. And Superman has his cronies. So Superman was the bad guy. In the comic, here's a spoiler if you haven't read it. If you haven't, why the hell not? Go look up BKR 2, I want to say it was, where they had the fight between the two of them. But in it, Batman wins the fight, but Batman dies from a fatal heart attack, I want to believe. Now, that doesn't happen in this one, so I didn't spoil the movie for you. The second story line that they put in is bringing in Wonder Woman. I haven't really followed Wonder Woman's story, so I don't exactly know how the Trinity comes together. But it wasn't in these two stories because I'm a fan of both of these stories. Or the third story and the first one I mentioned, the Dark Knight and the Doomsday story. Now, like I said, Wonder Woman's, I don't know how she came in or how the Trinity started, so I'm just going to skip over that one just because I don't know anything about it. To me, Wonder Woman was just there. She shows up one day, fights alongside the groups, and that's how I've ever seen her. Now, the third one was Doomsday. There was so much that the writers of this story, of the Superman versus Batman story, failed to bring in. Because there was two battles with Doomsday. The first battle, Superman is killed or put into a coma where he can regenerate over, I don't know, it was like a year or two, where Doomsday was on the loose, causing havoc. And this brought in Superboy, a Superman imposter, Bizarro, Man of Steel, brought in all these Supermen type people to battle Doomsday. And all while Superman was dead. Now, having that, really don't know how to explain it without spoiling it. So, from here on out, in my review here, there will be spoilers. So, if you don't want to get spoiled by the movie and you want to go see it yourself, let me give you my review, my verdict. Now, I haven't decided on what kind of a verdict I want to give. So, I'll first say go see it. It is one hell of an action movie. The graphics and the cinematography on point. The action scenes were badass. The fight sequences, the story, how Bruce Wayne is on a personal vendetta against Batman was well done, though it was a bit hard to follow at times. You actually had to have known the story of The Dark Knight Rises before going into this to understand what Batman is being paranoid about. So, the best way I can explain it, go see it, read the comics, go into this, not to see a fight, the Batman versus Superman. Do not go into it expecting the whole movie being a fight, or the final climax is a fight. Don't think of it that way. Don't do any, well, I think Batman's going to win, or I think Superman's going to win. Don't. My verdict in this, 8 out of 10. And here's why. So, spoilers. First off, Wonder Woman is a badass. For the very little part she has in the movie, she takes Bruce Wayne to the limit. Now, I don't mean they fight. He tries to steal from LexCorp. She intercepts him, takes it down, and gets away from Batman, which is like, whoa, okay. When I first saw her in the movie, I'm like, what? Who is this woman? How could she outsmart Batman? Then you meet her a second time, and she's like, oh, I found what I need. I can't get it. It's all yours. And she walks away. It's like, okay, who is this girl? Is this like the black, not the black cat, like Catwoman? But we learn that she is Diana Price, or Prince. I can't remember her last name. We'll just say Diana. So Wonder Woman. Now, one in this file is that he gets from LexCorp. 4 things show up. The first one is Wonder Woman. And the second thing is Aquaman. Now, I'm not too fan of Aquaman. I always figured, okay, he's smart. He can talk to fish. The next person was the Flash. Now, this isn't the Flash from the Netflix. Or whatever that I see on Netflix. First season of Flash is there. Now, this is someone different. So, either they're doing a recasting of the Flash, or maybe just a tease. But, yeah, he gets a small preview. And then it took me a moment to realize who the 4th person was. You see this guy trying to help this other person or try to build something. I'm like, okay, is this Martian Manhunter? But no, this is Cyborg. If you don't know who Cyborg is, go read the Teen Titans comics. Explains it all there. I'm not going to spoil that much because there wasn't much to it. These are all just video files of these metahumans. So, the Justice League movie seems good to be is Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. Not Martian Manhunter for some odd reason. But, which I found was pretty cool. Not a fan of any of them, really. I went in this just to see a good movie. And I came out seeing a badass movie. For those of you who know me, I'm a fan of Supergirl. Have yet to watch the show because I don't have cable. So I have to find it online or wait for it to show on Netflix. So, yeah, I'm a Supergirl fan. And she's not in this one. She's supposed to be getting her own movie one of these days. If not, I'll just watch her show. I'm told it's a very good show. Now, what else is there? Okay, so back to the story. There seems to be a lot of race issues in this movie. A lot of the whole, what we're facing here in America, the whole immigration, illegal aliens, things like that. And the senator is lighting a fire under the fears of the American public that Superman needs to be put in check. Just like the Civil War movie is coming across. Now, Superman is caused all this devastation in Metropolis, killed thousands of people. At the start of the movie, Lois gets captured somewhere in the desert. He comes to save her, killing more people. So thousands upon thousands of people have died because of Superman. And the world's public is like, oh my God, why are you doing this? So it's not the fact that he has the power to do it. It's how he should use it. That's what the whole thing is coming across. Now, he is feeling remorse about this. The death of Zod in Man of Steel made him guilty. He's feeling upset about the fact that he killed one of his own people. He felt regret that he killed thousands of people trying to stop him. Now, oh God. In the movie, he just doesn't care. He's gotten to that point where he's like, well, I don't care what the people think. I don't care what politicians think. And he's going to pretty much do what he has been doing, helping other people. And if something breaks, well, there's nothing he can do about it. They'll save the mini, and like, you can, if you save 1,000,000, why can't 1,000 die? Type moniker. That's what it seems like he's doing. And Batman's not liking this. So Batman goes through all this trouble to steal kryptonite, goes through all this trouble to train. And oh my God, how he trains. Now, from the comics, he was old. 70s, 80s. He looked like shit. In this one, he's Ben fucking Affleck. Little gray hair, but not as old as he should be. And once Batman is ready, well, no, let me just put this in. There's two confrontations between the Bat and the Man of Steel. It was while Batman was trying to steal some kryptonite from Lex Luthor. And Superman stops him. But due to events that he could not control, Superman is called before Senate, or a committee of defense. They really don't explain. They just went to the Capitol building. And before Superman could plead his case, kaboom! Capitol building's destroyed. And he's the only one left standing. So he goes into exile. He exiles himself to think about what he should do. And thus, Batman steals the kryptonite. Pretty much breaks into Lex Luthor, LexCorp, almost destroying the building to take the kryptonite. And thus, Batman creates weapons, puts the armor together, creates a plan, and calls out Superman. Now, Alexander Luthor, I'm not calling him Lex Luthor because he's not Lex. Alexander gets a hold of the body of General Zod and the ship, the crashed Kryptonian ship, and starts to take it over. And starts creating something with his own blood and the body of General Zod. I'll go into that in a minute. Because that was one of the things that pissed me off. I knocked it. I was going to give this movie a 9, but because of this, it is it's an 8 for me. So he starts creating something, a mix between human and Kryptonian physiology. So while this is going on, Lex is, well, forcing Superman to fight Batman. Now, he kidnaps Lois, throws her off a building to get Superman's attention. He also had kidnapped Martha Kent, so Superman would have to fight Batman. And Superman does it in order to save Martha. Now, Superman goes to Batman trying to get his assistance, and Batman ain't having shit of it. Now, the fight is epic. And I knew it was coming too. Batman was getting his ass beat. And it wasn't until he used a smoke grenade of kryptonite where he started taking advantage. And he beats Superman to a living pulp. Until the effects wore off, Superman starts winning again, and then thunk, right in the face again. So this is pretty much how the battle goes. And Batman won the fight. He has like this huge spear with a kryptonite point. He was about to, impale Superman with it. And then Superman finally gets through to Batman saying, hey, we need to save my mom. And for some odd reason, they named Bruce Wayne's mother Martha. It's weird. I don't remember that being Martha Wayne. But, yeah, so the fight is put on hold. Superman goes to the crash site to stop Lex Alexander. Batman goes to save Martha. And Batman kills a lot of people. And Batman's creed is to never kill someone. He spends most of the movie trying to kill Superman. He kills so many people in the movie. Yeah, I think he gave up that idea. And thus, when Superman gets to the crash ship, there's Doomsday, a product of Krypton and Earth. And he gives Superman the beating of his life. And they made him nearly indestructible. Now, if you read the book or the comic or saw the movie or saw the cartoon series, Doomsday is Superman's biggest enemy. So, they made him bigger. They made him like this hulking giant, which I don't understand. He was like 8 feet tall, not 20. But they made it so he's regenerative. He absorbs energy, which is true. And Superman pretty much sends him to space. And how America likes to do things, we like to blow shit up. So they nuke him. Superman gets his ass hit by a nuclear missile. Probably dies. Doesn't explain it. All I know, he's floating in space looking like a corpse. Doomsday survives. And Batman has realized that he is Kryptonian. Doomsday's Kryptonian and has to get his spear. So he brings him back to Gotham, trying to lure him, and whoops, down goes the Batwing. So, and right before Doomsday kills Batman, Wonder Woman comes in with this awesome, like death metal soundtrack behind her. They had a good choice in the movie. And thus, the end of Batman versus Superman happened. No more fight between the two. It was now the Trinity versus Doomsday. And Wonder Woman is a fucking badass. She used her shield, she used her sword, she used her lasso. She is very agile, and it gives me respect for the character. Makes me want to go and watch the Wonder Woman movie whenever it comes out. So, while all this happening, Superman gets resurrected because of the sun. Hurrah. And then comes back and joins the fight. The three of them are beating the fuck out of Doomsday with no success. Well, mainly Wonder Woman and Superman, because Batman's a piece of shit, in my opinion. He's just a nice guy with... not a nice guy. In my opinion, Batman is like Tony Stark. He is a rich boy with gadgets. He has no powers, and that's it. He's a rich boy with gadgets. He has money. He'll build things. He'll build armor. He'll build vehicles. He'll build his weapons. It doesn't come to it naturally like everyone else. But, I digress. So, the climax of the battle between Doomsday and the Trinity is Batman finds his grenade launcher, and Wonder Woman cuts off one of Doomsday's hands. And as it's regenerating, it's getting like this weird Baraka knife thing. And while he's regenerating, she uses her lasso. Batman uses his grenade launcher to get the kryptonite shell onto Doomsday, and somehow Superman picks up the kryptonite spear. You can tell it's draining him, and kills Doomsday. Or not really kills Doomsday, impales him with it. And this is where things... I just had to laugh to myself about this next event, because almost everybody in the crowd, in the audience, because it was a packed house, was like, oh my God! It's like, do people not read the comics? Right? Oh, I'll take that back. Now, Superman gets impaled while weakened, so right through, like that. And Doomsday explodes, Batman and Wonder Woman live, Superman dead, which is canon in the Doomsday story. Doomsday kills Superman. Don't believe me? Go look it up. I'll wait. You back? Okay. Now, it seemed like there was 30 minutes of this whole funeral thing. It just went on forever. Oh, God, I was hoping it would just end with the death of Superman, the impaling, but no. They had to show the mourning of how people around the world are mourning him, how the government's mourning him, how people are like, oh my God, our savior is dead, and blah, 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 blah. And though, that's pretty much how the movie was. There was one thing, there is no end credit sequence. Just saying that now. Don't stay for it. Don't wait for it. But there is these things in the movie, like these Easter eggs. Batman looks at a Robin costume that says, ha ha ha, something or other. You can look it up online. It's one of the Easter eggs. But it's from when Joker killed Robin. Then who becomes Red Skull or something? I don't remember. I didn't follow that series. Though at the end of the movie it said, looking for Superman's grave, look all around you. It's like someone is going and chalking everything up. Now, could that be an idea of who's coming next? But I don't know. It's just something that I noticed throughout the movie. But yeah, someone or something is coming. Who? What? I don't know. I'm thinking it might be Darkseid. The apocalypse of the DC series. But we won't know. So, in my opinion, things happened. It's out there. There's no more use of getting around it. But I don't know how to really explain it too much, or at least any much more. But it's a great movie. I say go see it. So, with the spoilers in mind, the 8 out of 10. It's staying that way. Now, you can tell, though, something's missing in the movie. There was a couple of times in the movie where it's like, I might have missed something, or they didn't explain it too well. Maybe it'll be on the DVD extra or something, but I don't know. I hope so, because there was a few questions I wanted answered. So, personally, it's a good movie. Do not go into it expecting to see Batman versus Superman. You get 10 minutes of it. So, That's all I can really say about it. If you guys want me to do more of these, like I said, I live right next door to a theater. I can do more. Um, I can do more movie trailers, or not trailers, reviews. I'm going to be doing one on the Ms. Marvel and Captain Marvel movies when they come out in a couple years, if I'm still doing YouTube. Um, Ms. Marvel is supposed to be 18. I think Captain Marvel is supposed to be 20. Um, I'd have to look it up. But yeah, if you want to see me do more of these, let me know. And if you want me to see a specific movie, I will do a review on it. So just let me know. Until then, guys, this has been Hidden Flame. I'm signing off.